In this video, I will explain how to solve location planning related problems. These are some problems that I have taken from the textbook. So this is first problem, which is about deciding about two alternatives. One is this one, Omaha, and other is Kansas City. And we have to make a decision based on profit. Fixed cost, that's 1.2 million. And in Kansas City it's 1.4 million, variable cost $36, $47, demand is 8,000, and in Kansas City is 12,000, and price is same. So this is the formula that I'll be using for profit calculation. So this part in particular, that's about revenue minus fixed cost and variable cost. Variable cost is always multiplied by demand. First thing is price is equal to price. This is our price 185 multiplied by demand 8,000, and let me put it in parentheses because I want to highlight it as one separate entity which represents revenue. So this part represents revenue minus fixed cost, which is 1.2 million, minus variable cost, and for variable cost per unit cost is 36, and that is multiplied by demand. So that becomes our formula, and if I hit enter, that gives us negative $8,000, which means there's a loss of $8,000. If you use the same approach to this Kansas City, you will find that it gives a profit of $256,000. For the second problem, we have three alternative A, B, and C. I will discuss only one alternative A, and we have this data. Variable cost is 1.76, revenue per unit or price is $2.65, fixed cost is $5,000, and the formula is this one. So the first thing is that the question requires what volume will be required to make a profit of $10,000. So for this part of the problem, I'll be using this formula, which means profit plus fixed cost divided by revenue minus variable cost. So first thing is profit. So profit is mentioned here. Using this formula, our approach will be is equal to profit. So profit has already been mentioned, which means to make a profit of $10,000. So I will write here 10,000 and then plus fixed cost, which is 5,000, and then divided by revenue minus variable cost, and revenue is 2.65 and variable cost is 1.76. And if I hit enter, that gives us 16,853.9. The next part of this question is that what profit will be achieved if sales becomes 21,000 for alternative A. So what would be profit if this is the sales? And the formula that I'll be using is one. Profit is equal to revenue multiplied by sales minus fixed cost minus variable cost, and variable cost is always multiplied by sales or demand. So let's do it. Revenue per unit, that's 2.65 multiplied by sales, which is 21,000, and minus the next one is fixed cost, which is 5,000, minus variable cost per unit, which is 1.76 multiplied by 21,000. And if I hit enter, that gives us 13,690. The next one is using center of gravity method. So there are some questions for which we have just simple x and y coordinates. So in this case, we will just take average. There is hypothetical data, which means this is destination 1, 2, 3, 4, and x coordinates are 2, 3, 5, 8, and y coordinates are 2, 5, 4, 5. So we will simply take their average of each. So average is equal to the average of this one, and if I drag it sideways, that gives me average for y. So this means the answer for this problem, this hypothetical problem, will be 4.5 and 4. Now sometime we may be given quantities. So the first step is to take sum of these values, the quantities. So I will take the sum of these values, and that's 2000. In the next step, I will be multiplying this one by weekly quantity, and the answer will be here. So which means is equal to x multiplied by this weekly quantity, and that's 1600. And in the next step, I will be multiplying y and weekly quantity. So that will be 2 multiplied by this weekly quantity, and then I can drag them down, and in the next step I will take the sum of all these and divide by 2000, which is the total. So that gives us 3.05, and in the same way I will take sum of these and then I will divide it by 2000, which is the total quantity, and that would give me the value of y coordinate. A number of things to take into consideration is that please provide your formula and make sure your answers are highlighted in a different color.